Welcome to my channel Heart Meets Spirit. This channel is intended to support you improving and changing your life. Live a life of love, trust and confidence. Enjoy.
I'd like to welcome you into the practice of this new meditation. If you have the intention of creating health for yourself, then our research shows in all of the testimonials of all the people that have had spontaneous remissions and healings from diseases, they've reached a level of wholeness and self-satisfaction that they no longer cared if they had the disease, and that's the moment that they healed. In other words, they were not waiting for the healing to occur to feel wholeness and celebration. They were feeling so whole that they reached a point where they no longer needed anything, and that's the moment it occurred. So this emotional rehearsal, when we begin to add emotional quotients behind what you're doing, you'll amplify and speed up the creations in a more magnificent way. So, I'm going to ask you to teach your body emotionally what it feels like to have courage, to be abundant, to have wholeness, to be mystified. I'm going to ask you to bring up the emotion ahead of the actual experience, because your body as the unconscious mind will begin to believe it's in that future in the present moment, and your body will begin to change because the emotion that's created from an experience is information from the environment that begins to signal new genes in new ways. In a sense, you will begin to signal new genes ahead of the actual experience. And the more you practice your emotional rehearsal, the better you'll be able to cultivate that state on command. So if thoughts are the language of the brain and feelings are the language of the body, the more you're able to cultivate these elevated emotions, the more your body is beginning to change its chemical state, and it's also changing its neurotransmitters, its neurohormones, its hormones by itself, and even its genetic expression. Using this meditation, we have had people in workshops around the world heal themselves from chronic conditions because their body was no longer living in the past and being defined by those familiar emotions. It was beginning to live in the future, in the present moment, and that's when new genes were signaled in new ways, and the body responded to a new mind. So when you begin to experience the emotion ahead of the actual event, then you're no longer living by cause and effect, the Newtonian model of reality. You're living by the quantum model of reality, which is causing an effect. So if the emotion is the end product of the experience, then if we give thanks for the experience with the emotion, we begin to change the brain and body to look like it has already occurred. And that's when you can relax and allow the experience to find you. So it's a popular meditation. People really enjoy it. Try it out, and it's not an intellectual process. It's a heartfelt feeling process, and allow yourself to embrace these emotions and allow your body to be lifted to a new mind. I hope you enjoy it.
That the first step that we have to use in order to meditate is to sit our bodies down and close our eyes and disconnect from everything known in our outer environment. Less sensory information is coming into the brain. Now all of a sudden your inner world starts becoming more real than your outer world. If you can sit your body down and, like training that animal, saying to your body, you stay. I'm going to feed you. You can check your emails. You can check your texts. You can post anything on Facebook. You're going to get a shower. You're going to get a cup of coffee. But right now, you're no longer the mind. I'm the mind. Your body's in a program. And where you place your attention is where you place your energy. And the moment you're sitting in your meditation and you start putting your attention on the emotions, familiar emotions that are connected to the past, the moment you start thinking about those memories and feeling those emotions, it makes sense then that you're siphoning your attention and energy out of the present moment into the past. And if you're sitting there thinking about phone calls you have to make, the meetings you have to go to, the shopping list you have to get to, those are all known things in your predictable future reality. And every time you put your attention on some predictable future, you're siphoning energy out of the present moment into the predictable future. And now your energy is completely commingled with that line of time. So then when you become aware that your attention is on those emotions, and you become aware and return your attention back to the present moment, you're disinvesting your attention and energy out of your past present reality, and you're calling it back to you.
Relax. And now, can you become aware of the space behind your sternum, in space, and can you sense the volume of space at the center of your chest occupies in space? And as you rest your awareness in the center of your chest, in space, can you become aware of the volume of space beyond your shoulders, around your torso, in space? And now, can you rest your attention in the space that your throat occupies, in space? And can you feel the volume of space that your throat occupies, in space? And as you rest your awareness in the center of your throat and neck, in space, can you sense the volume of space around your neck, beyond your throat, in space. And now, can you ascend your awareness to the space at the back of your head occupies in space? And can you become aware of the volume of space at the back of your head occupies in space? And as you rest your awareness in the space in the back of your head, in space. Can you become aware of the volume of space beyond your head, around this place, in all of space? And now, can you move your awareness to the space at the center of your head occupies in space? Now if the thought sends the signal out and the feeling draws the event back, for a moment, open your heart and give thanks for a new life. The emotional signature of gratitude means you accept that it's already happened. And the longer you rest in gratitude, the more you are a magnet to a new destiny. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And to get up from your meditation as if your prayers are already answered.